Welcome back, computer arts students. Today's lesson is on animation, tweening in Photoshop. As you can see, I have a shape here that is moving in Photoshop, similar to the idea of stop action animation from the, we watched that T-shirt wars video, similar to that idea, only using frames in Photoshop, okay, as opposed to using a video camera. So to do this, we're just going to make a shape and move it with frames down below. As you can see, I have about 106 some frames at 0 seconds per frame with only one layer. Okay, so you can see it's somewhat simple. Unfortunately, we can't do much with tweening. The only thing that we can do right now is use the opacity changes and possibly some blending options if you're interested in that. But for the most part, we're just going to keep it simple, okay, for this tweening lesson. So let's start anew. So we're going to File, New, and we're going to set this up at 500 pixels by 500 pixels at 72 resolution because this is just a screen. We're not going to print this out, obviously. So the background content is going to be white. Click OK, and here we go. You can see our animation frames are set up here. If you cannot see your animation frames, we can go to Window and then click on the animation, make sure that's checked, and that'll pop up down below for you. Okay? Over here we have a timeline button. You may see your timeline. It might look like this. But if you see the timeline button, just click on that frames button there. And you want to be able to see your frames, okay? Down below we have the play options. This is actually the tweening button which we'll use. This is a create a new frame button, and then this is the trash frame button. So let's create a shape. Go to our shape tool. I'm just going to start up here in the corner and hold on shift, create a circle, pretty simple circle. You can color it any color you want. And I'm just going to tween this, simply tween this. Let's duplicate this frame here. Okay, so if you're on a PC, all you need to do is right click on this, but for the Mac it's a little different. Let's go over to this drop down menu and it'll say copy frame and then paste frame. Paste after selection. There's some different options that come up. Okay, and there we have a new frame. Once again, with PC it's a little bit easier, or if you can figure out the right click button, that works too. For some reason I'm trying to get the right click going and it's difficult for me, so good luck with that. So all we need to do is, 1 second, need to pause here. Alright, once we duplicated this frame, I'm just going to now move it. We're just going to move it down below to here. And you can see now, whatever you do, whatever action you apply to the second frame, it'll show it down below in your frame. Okay, we don't need to make any new layers at this point. All we're doing is making frames and then moving it. Okay, or you can add more, you can change it to each frame if you'd like. But whatever change you make, it's going to change it to the layer. Okay, so make sure that if you're making changes as far as color goes or anything like that, you have to put it on a new layer. So we're just going to move our shapes this time. Okay, what we have to do next is hold on shift and select both frames. Click on this tween button and let's just put in, you can put in as many frames as you like. Let's just try 10 for right now. Okay. I put in 20 with my example, but let's just try 10 and see what happens. Click OK, and you can see it just automatically inserted 10 frames in between the first two we had. So now we have a total of 12. If we go over here, we can click on the first frame, click play, and it'll move. All right. Now we can go to our 12th frame and copy, paste in a new one. Okay, and now to tween this section, all we need to do is hold on the shift key on 12. So we have to select both of these. Oh, you know what? I'm jumping the gun a little bit. Let's go back to 13. We got to move this now up here. We're gonna make it just look like this ball is bouncing around this square. Okay, so hold on the shift key on 12, and now we can tween in between those guys. Click on the tween button, type in 10, click OK, and there we have it. So if we go back to 1, let's click play, and it's just bouncing along. Okay, so go back over to here. Let's see what happens if we do the quick command copy and paste. Nothing happens. Okay, so we have to go over to here, copy frame, paste frame. Okay, I'm going to move it right there, but this time I want a shorter amount of time, so I'm going to select the 23rd frame. I'm going to tween it, and I'm going to only type in like 5. Let's just try that. Click OK. Because it's moving a shorter distance. Repeat the process. Got to make sure you copy it and paste it before you move it. I'm going to move it down here. Select 29, tween it, and type in 10 again. Click OK. I'm up to 40 in a fairly quick amount of time. Okay, so let's just go back to 1 and let's just see our animation. Alright, now this progress right through here was a little slower, so you may want to keep that at 10 frames or even decrease it even more, maybe 2 frames. But yeah, make sure that according to the rubric, I'm looking for some kind of animation with around 200 frames. See how far you can get. I'm a fourth of the way done almost. Okay, so good luck with that. That's lesson 1 on tweening. I would like you to do 3 different assignments on this one. See if you can get 3 ones using 3 different shapes and 3 different colors. Okay, so your final result, you're going to turn in 3 different saved tweened shapes. Good luck.